Hello, friends. I'm Andrea Morris, along with my fabulous producer, Lukas Sluzar, and we are here with another edition of Spill the Wine, our podcast that by now you know is all about wine. And we're so excited as we continue on our journey to let you guys know that we have expanded our listenership to over 75 countries around the world. And thank you very much for all of your support. Thank you for listening, for telling your friends. And we hope that you're going to really enjoy this episode because I'm excited about it. We're here at Redstone, which is not just a winery, but it's also a restaurant. And I'm joined today by David Sider, who is the general manager, and Augusta Van Muyen. Did I say that right?
Van Muyen.
Van Muyen, who is the vineyard manager. Thank you guys for being here today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, and so Redstone is one of these like little gems in the area, I find, because not only do you have a great location as you're driving down King Street, you see this beautiful vineyard, but you've also got this amazing restaurant as well. So you have like two different experiences that you can offer people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. I think for our owner, Maury Taz, when it became clear that Redstone was going to be his own project, being a lifelong lover of wine, but also food as well, it was really important to him to have a larger hospitality center than what we have at Taz, including a restaurant. And yeah, as you said, it creates a really unique and multifaceted experience for the guests that visit us here.
How long has Redstone been in existence?
We bought the Redstone property in 2009. It used to be Thomas and Vaughan. And the first vintage came off this farm in 2010.
Wow. And how many acres do you have?
On this farm is 25 acres. Mostly Bordeaux varieties, Cab Franc, Cab Sauv, Merlot, a little bit of Pinot Gris, some Syrah.
That's amazing. What's your best-selling wine?
I think it's probably either the Riesling or the Cabernet Franc. I would say Riesling in terms of the white and Cabernet Franc on the red side for sure.
Which makes sense for this area, right?
Yeah, for sure. And especially for this farm, most of the plantings on this farm are Cab Franc and high-density plantings. And the soil on this farm is really heavy red clay. And that red clay is so great for ripening Bordeaux varieties like Cab Franc.
Well, hence the name Redstone, right?
Yes.
Yes. Red clay, Redstone. It makes sense, right? And you know, I've been here on a number of occasions, but today driving up was the first day I noticed the sheep.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like I said, I've been here so many times, but today I'm like, they're sheep.
Yeah. So I have a flock of about 40 sheep. They just finished having babies. I only had 4 babies this year. It varies every year. And it's part of our growing philosophy here at Redstone. The farm is 100% farmed organically and sustainably. And using animals in that farming practice really helps with increasing your soil health and closing the circle and using their manure on the farm and everything.
And so that's the reason for that? Or are they also doing anything with the vines, or you can just let them loose and they don't eat the grapes?
So I do put them in the vineyard, but only at very specific times a year because you cannot control what the animals eat. So I use them to mow the grass in the field as much as I can. It's a bit of work to put them in the field though, because chasing them back out of the vineyard is always a challenge. But the purpose of the animals is to use them in the field. I don't use them for removing leaves, going back to the not being able to tell them what to eat and the way our canopy is. So they usually are in earlier in the season rather than later.
Okay, gotcha. So they're here before there's anything they can eat on the vines and
yes.
Yeah, and go like, this Cab Franc's delicious.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, the sheep don't eat the grapes at the beginning because they're pretty sour. So they'll mostly leave them alone until they start getting really sweet, and then they like to eat them, as we all do. So,
but it's still a cool thing to see when you drive up. But I'm sure you get a lot of people that are like, "Oh my God, sheep! I gotta take pictures."
Yeah. This year they've been wandering out farther into the pasture too, so they've been more obvious. But if you wander down towards the barn, there's also 2 rescued potbelly pigs that are super adorable. So.
And do they go in the vineyards as well?
No, they don't travel very far. They're pretty fat.
So do you have special events in the summer and throughout the year here as well, or?
Lots, yeah. So through the summer on our patio, our summer concert series is always extremely popular. We host a lot of smaller events on the winery side as well. Many of them in the private dining room that we're sitting in right now. A big focus of our hospitality here is on education, kind of taking the pretense out of wine and just making it engaging. So we host a series called Wine 101 in this room. We'll do events, like really sort of basic, like how to taste events, food and wine pairing events, and always, integrating the restaurant there. So guests get to have some snacks and things like that as they're working through.
And the room that we're sitting in is gorgeous with these, I love the wood on the walls, that barn wood. It just, I don't know, there's something about it that just makes me feel instantly comfortable and at home. Even though I don't have that on my walls at home, it just makes me feel really comfortable and like I'm in this setting that is very welcoming.
Yeah, I feel like this building does a great job of really blending into the area and having the right sense of place for the area that we're in. As you said, all the barn board, the stone, even the glass to a certain extent. In the restaurant, we made a decision really early on that we weren't going to serve anything on white plates, for example. It's all sort of earthenware and pottery, and again, leaning into that same sort of reflection of the area that we're in, but also, making an effort to not be too stuffy.
Yeah, because sometimes people think, oh, it's it seems high end, and then do I have to wear, white black tie here or whatever? It's no.
That's right, 100%. And we feel strongly that we want to be just as welcoming to, the guest that wants to show up in a suit and, order an expensive bottle of Burgundy and really make a night of it. We want to be just as welcoming to the guest that's going to show up in flip-flops and have a pizza and a glass of rosé on the patio. We really do strive to be that place.
Is your patio pet friendly as well or no?
Dog friendly on the patio, yes.
Okay, gotcha. That's good to know because, there's a lot of people that come out here with dogs in the summer and want to know where they can bring their pet.
Yeah, we do on the back restaurant patio. We allow service animals only. However, at our front retail patio, pets of all shapes and sizes are welcome.
Well, it makes sense because you don't really, when you're serving food, you don't want the dog to jump up and be like, oh, that burger looks delicious. I'm taking that.
Well, I did find it interesting because I noted that you said dogs specifically, which made me think, has anyone showed up with other pets? And you're like, no, we can't bring a bird in here, man.
No, I don't think we ever have.
Yeah, I brought my ferret.
Yeah, that's right.
Alpaca. Yeah, it gets more and more outrageous as it goes on.
Or a cat, maybe.
If somebody showed up with an alpaca, they'd be like, what is Augusta up to now?
That's 100%, yeah.
You could have alpacas roaming around. You never know.
A couple of years ago, I borrowed alpacas from a friend of mine and had them up at Taw's, and people loved it. So it's always an adventure what I find to put out in the field. I think the sheep do a good enough job of keeping people entertained.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, especially when you get an escapee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fun to watch, right? Never a dull moment here at Redstone.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I love it. So, what's your philosophy when it comes to winemaking here?
Jess, our winemaker, is very hands-off, just trying to let the land express what it has to tell us. And
so very terroir-driven.
Yes, very terroir-driven across the board. So because not only do we make wine off of this Redstone property, we have another property over by Flat Rock that we also use for this. That's where our Riesling comes from. And the terroir over there is very different from here. This being the heavy red clay, and the terroir over there being more like clay loam over limestone. So
right, because they're on the other side.
Yeah.
The other side of King Street, so that would make sense.
A lot more mineral driven and...
Yeah. Now, do you use the same, because I know that this property is also owns Taw's. Do you use the grapes from there as well, or is their wine separate from what they do and yours is separate from what you do?
Yeah, we generally choose this Redstone property is all for Redstone, and then limestone is more split between Taw's and Redstone depending on what it is, but they're always kept separate.
And how long have you been the vineyard manager here?
Since I went back into the vineyard in 2019, and before that I was the assistant winemaker.
Wow. Yeah. So what do you prefer?
Vineyard, 100%. I started working in vineyards when I was 13, and when I had the opportunity to move back into the vineyard, I jumped at it. So
less stress, right?
I don't know about less stress, but at least you get to be stressed in the sunshine.
Right. But then you're like, yeah, I guess your job is so dependent on the weather as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so in the vineyards right now, because it's the last few warm days, the buds are starting to swell and wake up, which is early, and it's stressful because the full moon in May is a long way away. And so the chances of frost are still pretty high, but things are happening. So we'll just cross our fingers and hope.
Yeah, well, this episode is going to air in June. So we're recording it now for the listener in April. So it's we're in that period right now where it's it's warm today, but it was freezing on the weekend. So it must be really stressful on that level to be like, what is Mother Nature throwing my way? And please don't bud. And please be like...
Yeah. And every year is so different from the year before. And with the climate changing, everything gets more extreme. And so it just gets more challenging. But I think that's part of the fun of managing a vineyard.
What's the worst thing you've ever had to deal with?
In the vineyard? I mean, most years, because we farm organically, the hardest part is usually mildew pressure. But on this farm in particular, the biggest challenge is the soil. The heavy red clay is extremely hard to grow in, but it makes great wine. So
with the red clay, though, is it does extreme heat make it easier, or does it make it harder?
So last summer was really, really hot and really dry, and it made it harder because we can't irrigate. We don't have the infrastructure to drip irrigate, and we can't overhead irrigate because we're organic. And so the vines were really, really stressed, and our yields were really, really low, 50% of what we would normally get off the farm. But that's just part of growing grapes in Niagara.
Well, it's kind of like that Burgundian approach where it's there's no interference.
Yeah.
Everything is just what happens naturally.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's part of letting the land speak for what it is and just expressing the terroir.
Yeah. Well, you know what? At the end of the day, you guys have great wines, so.
Yeah.
And David, what is your biggest, the biggest hurdles that you face, running the retail space and the restaurant?
Yeah, I don't know if necessarily a hurdle as much as just a change. Over the past, let's say 5 years, certainly coming out of the other side of COVID, it's been a visit to wine country has become much more about the experience of visiting wine country rather than the wine that you take home with you afterwards. So I think adjusting our experiences in the restaurant, in the retail store, to not be necessarily quite as sales focused, but just more experiential. Showing guests a great time and being confident that when they do have the opportunity to see our wines, whether that's in the LCBO, whether that's in their favorite restaurant, that those memories are going to come up and they're going to purchase in.
We're going to have a really fun time with you guys today. Listener, it'll be hard for you to see this, but one of the things we're going to do here is a blind tasting, which we've never done on the podcast before. So it'll be really fun to taste wine in black glasses with no knowledge at all of what the wine is, and to be able to actually smell it and decide. And I love it. It's like this piece of paper, and we will put a picture of it on the website, but you have to guess if it's white or red, what the aroma is, what the flavor, and I guess what the wine is.
You're more than welcome to. Yeah, absolutely. For guests just walking in off the street, really all we ask is white or red, and we find that people generally have a challenging enough time with that. The success on guessing a red wine is very, very high, but guessing a white wine, it gets misidentified more than you'd think.
This is going to be fun because we've never done this. So you'll get to see, listener, just how much I actually think I know. From what I think I know and what I do know, this will be two completely different things. But, we've talked about wine a lot. We should taste some. And I see we have 2 glasses poured in front of us that I actually know that one of them is sparkling.
That's right.
Because I can see that. So just tell us, Augusta, tell us a little bit about...
Yeah, so this is our sparkling rosé. So it's a pink sparkling. It's made from Cab Franc grapes. It's our 2023 vintage. So Jess and I work very closely together, and we choose different blocks for different things. And a couple of years ago, I said I wanted to pick a block early. And so we decided to make sparkling out of it just to let the vines get ready for winter a little earlier. And ever since then, we have made a sparkling rosé because we both love rosé and we both love sparkling. And so it's a passion of ours. So I'm pretty sure this one comes right off of our farm. And just a little bit of skin contact when it's pressed. And then all of our sparkling is done traditional method. So the wine comes in, is fermented dry, and then they're actually doing tirage in the bottling line this week. So the current vintage, the last year's vintage of this is going into the bottle right now in 375 ml, half bottles for the restaurant actually. So it goes into the bottle with a little bit of yeast and stuff to re-ferment in the bottle, and that's how it gets its bubbles, and that makes the bubbles like really soft and small and a lot different, a lot gentler on your palate. And then it spends a few years after it ferments just sitting on those lees before they disgorge it, and that's when they pop the yeast back out of the bottle and put a little bit of dosage or sugar back into it, and then here it is for us.
It's so pretty. You know what? I'm a bubbly girl. Like every day could be a bubbly day for me.
Oh yeah.
No, I fall into the same camp for sure.
I hate people that think that they can only drink bubbly for special occasions.
Every day is a special occasion.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know, because you don't know if you're going to be here tomorrow. So
That's right.
Celebrate
Woke up
today.
in the morning, it's a good day.
This is a beautiful way to start. Yeah. And is this is the pink the only variety that you have of your sparkling?
No, there's also a mixed spark in the retail store that is Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, and possibly some Pinot Gris sometimes.
Oh.
It depends on the vintage.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's interesting. I like this. Well, this is perfect. I could drink many bottles of that.
Yes, true. I do definitely drink many bottles of this.
Well, you know what? We have to hang out sometime then.
With oysters.
I'll help you herd the sheep. I'll bring my dog and help you herd the sheep, and it'll be perfect.
Yeah, with oysters on the patio in the summer, and then pink bubbles.
That's right.
It doesn't get better than that.
Yes, because I have been known to come here for your oysters, because they are spectacular. Love that. Okay, so now we've got a red in front of us.
Do you want to maybe do the blind
and then
tasting
end
first,
with the red?
and we'll end with the red?
Okay, that sounds great to me. Okay, so now we're going to do something super fun, listeners. We've got a blind tasting in front of us with 4 glasses, and I have no idea what's in them. Should we start with the first glass, or do you? And
Sure.
Then, so are we going to do glass by glass, and then you tell me if I'm right or wrong, and then we can talk about what the wine is?
Yeah.
Sure. Sounds
Okay,
good.
this is good. And Lukas, then you get to chime in on what you think it is too. This will be fun.
I need to make sure I'm grabbing the same one, though.
Okay, first glass is to the left. Yeah. From the aroma on that, I would say it's a white.
It's very aromatic, like kind of white flower, I think. And
Stone fruit.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a white.
Definitely white.
Total stone fruit on the aroma. Lukas?
I mean, I all I got is white. I mean, that's just, as far as my knowledge goes.
I feel like that's pretty good
But
for not
this-
knowing what's in your glass.
That's how this podcast came to be, really. Is like Andrea knows a good amount. I know nothing. And then we try to come to me in the middle so that people listening, it doesn't matter if you know nothing or know a lot,
But I will also say this, that from the beginning, we started recording this 2 years ago, and I didn't know as much as I know now. But the more that you try wine, and the more that you actually start tasting it, then your palate actually does develop, and your nose develops, and you start to actually become more aware of what it is that you're tasting. So listener, if this is your first time listening and you're getting intimidated, don't, because you learn and you start to get more familiar with what it is that you like and what you can identify. It's like, I can totally identify stone fruit on this. And so I'm saying it's a Pinot Gris.
Awesome. I also think to go along with what you said is, for me, when you're just getting into wine, it's important to drink what you like. Don't worry about what other people think. Drink what you like. So there is Pinot Gris on this farm, but this wine is actually not Pinot Gris. But it's a really good guess because on the nose, I would definitely say Pinot Gris. So this one is a Viognier.
Oh,
and
but that's a really different Viognier.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to Viogniers having like more of a, like there's something on the back of my tongue that always gets me at the Viognier.
like an oily kind of
Yes. And this is so much smoother.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So
I like being wrong.
So this the original owner of Thomas and Vaughan, who sold us this property, his name is Tom Kosis, and he has another farm two farms over, just on the same block as us. And he still farms it. It's about 78 acres. And he has all sorts of interesting things planted there. And one of the interesting things is Viognier.
Wow.
And so it's in the same vein of red clay that this farm is. And that's part of the reason why we like to work with him, is that it's very similar terroir. And I think it fits in perfectly with the portfolio here at Redstone.
I've never had a Viognier. I will say this, I've tasted many Viogniers, but I've never had one that was this stone fruity. Now, do you mix this with your Syrah?
No.
No? Oh,
No.
okay.
No. I do think the part of the tasting in black glasses is it makes it that you have no preconceived notions, right?
Of what you're going to taste,
so I think if somebody put it as Viognier in front of you and you chose it off the tasting menu, you would come in with a different perception.
Yeah. Okay, that was fun. I did get white right, and I got the aroma and the flavor right, so that's good.
Yeah.
All right, number 2.
So I'm going to say a white wine again, just before anyone says anything, because I'm the novice here, but I could be wrong.
I'm confused by the nose on that.
Yeah, it's a very interesting nose. Yeah.
Yeah, because it could be like a light red. It could be like a rosé.
It's just cool, really honing in on the palate sense, right? Like, because
it's not a red.
We have our other senses where you could see in this, and just as you said,
yeah, but when you're doing it in a black glass and you really don't know, this is so much fun. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say white on this one as well, but the nose is interesting. Lukas, did you get any fruits on that?
Yeah, definitely.
To be fair, I drank this wine the other night, and so it's like I know
top of mind
because the nose is so distinctive.
I'm going to say Chardonnay. Am I right? No, I'm not. Damn, this is good. See, this is good. But Viognier, to be honest, Viognier is not a wine that you taste a lot. So it's like, yeah.
And it's not Viognier isn't very common for Niagara because it can be difficult to grow because it's not super cold hardy.
It is a white though, right?
This one?
Yeah.
It's a rosé.
I was going to say, okay. That was my next guess was a rosé. That was my next guess was rosé.
Yeah.
So it's kind of white and red.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both answers are right. That's right.
Yeah.
It's not neither, it's both.
Rosé isn't on the paper either, so.
Right. So yeah, I don't have rosé as a choice. This is cool. I'm really enjoying this because I like being wrong.
Well, it's fascinating that it's not about, like, the right or wrong is the fun part. Like, the purpose of semantics is just to talk to other people about it. But at the end of the day, what do you taste? And it's like, the question really is, do you like it or not?
Yeah.
But that's not what we're asking each other.
Yeah.
That's what we're asking ourselves in our head, because we take the first sip. Is this in an area where I like? And then if it is, then, okay, which one is it? Right? So it's like you're kind of going through this tiered question.
This is why this is really fun, because it's like, do I like this wine based on the fact that I don't know anything about it? And it's just liquid in a glass. And do I like it?
That's what I mean. It's like the question is it a Chardonnay? Is it this or that? Like, and that's kind of where I, as a novice, will kind of get overwhelmed. So I'm like, I don't remember all these things. It's like, but the thing is, when you taste something and then you go, do we like it? And then when you find out what it is, I can see that resonating and me maybe remembering that more, because I'm thinking about the experience, not a academic, these are the names of the things that I like.
And it does. And we get feedback like that all the time, very similar to your comments around the Viognier is, I never would have guessed, because that in my mind, that's not the way a Viognier tastes. In my mind, that's not the way a Chardonnay tastes.
But yeah, because I was
it's
almost
just every other part of it is taken away. It's just what you taste, and that's it.
Yeah, it's like we've had those conversations with people that come into a winery and go like, I like anything but Chardonnay.
Yeah.
And it's like, but if you gave them a Chardonnay to blind tasting, they might go, I love this.
Well, I bet we could line up probably 4 different Chardonnays and find one that they would misidentify as not Chardonnay.
Yeah. Although it would be fascinating if they did.
All 4 were Chardonnays.
No, but if they changed like their like now I actually don't like it, and at first it's just because of, like, placebo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that would be really interesting.
Yeah, because you have a preconceived notion about certain things. the more I taste this, the more I'm like, you're right, it is a rosé.
So it's actually the Syrah rosé.
Shut up.
Which I think makes
I would never have guessed that was Syrah in there because it's not. I would expect Syrah rosé to have like a much more red taste to it. Like, you know, that I could taste that I would taste the red. And I don't.
Yeah. Maybe it's because I know what it is. I feel like there's like a little
cheating.
bit. I feel like there's like a little bit of that pepperiness on the nose, but maybe that's just going back to like my preconceived notion of Syrah, right?
Right.
So
I could sit on a patio and drink this for hours, but I would like to see what color it is in the glass.
I also would like to see what color it is in the glass because I think. Can you hand me an empty water glass? Because I think it's actually a very like nice pink color
beautiful.
too. So I think it's
Wow, that's beautiful.
It's also kind of fun to see it unveiled. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Yeah.
it just hit me. I was like,
Yeah, wow.
oh, that's what I was thinking. Oh, cool.
And I think like the color from the Syrah skins makes it a little like neon-y pink to me, especially compared to the pink of the Cab Franc.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. It's just this is fun. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking this is a great time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Also, this Viognier threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
But it's really good. Great testament to you guys. That's fantastic. Yay.
Awesome. Thank
Okay.
you.
Are we ready, Lukas, for number 3? I'm getting pepper on the nose.
Oh, I think I know exactly what this is.
Okay, Lukas, what do you think it is?
And it's funny because when I was saying before, like you're going through this logic step-by-step process. So if it's one you like, okay, now you have a wide range. If it's one you don't like, it's usually a smaller, thinner. And I hate to say it because I feel like I'm letting the cat out of the bag, but there is one red that I've always kind of like, it hits something and I'm like, and it's Pinot Noir. And I feel like this might be hitting that a little bit. I don't know if it's a mix or a blend, but I don't know. But that also could be, right? The placebo, that misconception, that something I got a hint of, and I'm thinking it's like kind of the opposite of what you had with you're like, whoa, with Viognier? Or like, I'm kind of like going, oh, you know, it's a Pinot Noir, but it might not be. So that's my guess.
It's definitely a red.
I would
know.
agree.
Just agree with that. It's
Yeah.
definitely.
It's definitely a red. It's definitely
Okay,
a red.
Definitely a
thank
red.
you. I
Definitely
got
a
one
red.
right.
Definitely a red.
But I'm getting some pepper on the nose, which leads me to Cab Franc, because Cab Franc to me is usually peppery. I don't get pepper on
Like green pepper or like black pepper?
black pepper.
Oh, I'm curious now, but I'm going to mark my answer down as red.
It's either a Pinot or a Cab Franc.
When I first smelled it, I was like, because once again, I know what's in the glasses.
Cheater!
I was like, maybe they're backwards. Because when I smelled it, I also thought Cab Franc like you did.
Yeah.
But
But the more I taste it, the more I'm thinking it's
No.
more Pinot.
yeah,
So I'll go with Pinot as well.
okay. It's Syrah.
No way! Oh, no way! Oh, that's funny.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This is great. I'm enjoying this so much because it's like, boom.
Well, I think you'd be surprised when you go back to it now too. You'll find yourself picking out all these very typical Syrah notes, and it's just once the cat's out of the bag, you get all these ideas,
Yeah, but
and
it's
away
like,
you
it's
go.
a really different Syrah because like I'm used to tasting the Syrahs like from Casaba or from Wending where they're bold and like this is very light and very delicate where I'm not used to that with the Syrah. So, haha.
The interesting thing about the Syrah on this property is there's 2 blocks of it, but usually the table Syrah comes more from the older planting because it's a little easier to ripen. And it is not heavy red clay there. It's more of like the brown clay loam. So
that's why that would be that lighter.
yeah.
I was like going back Cab Franc, Pinot. I'm like, maybe you influenced me, Lukas.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like as soon as like when you like said red or white at the beginning, that's why I was like, I'm gonna jump on one of these and try to get. But yeah, like that's fascinating. I also feel bad for saying I don't like Pinot Noir, but it's also like every place is different. Every terroir is different. And it's just, to be open-minded, and it's like the black glasses forces that. And that's, I think, a really cool experience.
And I think what you said about Pinot Noir goes back to like drinking what you like. Like if you don't like Pinot, that's okay. There's so many other options, which is part of the great thing about growing or drinking in Niagara is that we grow a little bit of everything. And so if you don't like Pinot, so try something else.
The thing I'm questioning is like, how can I say I don't like Pinot?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't like this Pinot or that
Right.
Pinot. And it's like, I don't know, to a certain point, it's like, it can be almost overwhelming because now I'm being so specific. But at the end of the day, I don't know, it's just nice that to rely on, again, like, your instincts. And this, I don't know, this is cool. I enjoy it.
So this blind tasting is great because you don't have any of those preconceptions. You're just like,
It's
what
humbling.
is it? It is humbling. It's like,
it levels the table. You know what I mean? I like
Yeah.
that. Except for Augusta, because she cheated.
Because Augusta is a cheater. She gets no points on this tasting.
David's like, they don't know I just did this.
It's really fun to actually challenge yourself and try to, and have like way different things. Because if I had been like coming to Redstone every day and being familiar and being a wine club member, I would know all your wines, right? But because I don't, this is really cool that I'm like finding out what you do differently than everybody else as well. So it's like, it's really a testament to how cool it is that I could taste here and go across the street to Malabar and have a completely different experience if I did a blind tasting because their wines are different than yours.
For sure. And even if like you put 4 different people's wines in front of us, we would never know who they were, right? Like,
Well, you would because you cheat, but
You actually had a cool, honest moment. And back to that, how this test humbles us.
Yeah.
Because even if you do know, you were like, for a moment, you're like, wait, did they switch around the last two?
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
so-
so yeah.
So that's
yeah.
what's cool. And
Yeah.
that's, I mean, we're going back to the senses. It's like, it's not what you can read. It's like, no one can tell you what your senses are going to feel. So
Yeah.
that's this humbling part about it. It's like, we're going back to the basics of the experience rather than the like intellectual part of it too. But we're kind of bringing that in with explaining it. So it's cool. I really like this fold that's happening.
Yeah, I think that anyone that's listening to this podcast now is going to want to come here and do this because I'm having a great time.
This one,
Don't give me that look.
this one's a Pinot Noir. It's got to be. Or did I just have it in my head from the one before now? Oh man, this is so weird.
so when I was like, said that I thought that 2 were switched, and because I smelt the Syrah and it didn't like scream Syrah to me, which doesn't say a lot because I'm not great at tasting in general. But then I tasted the second one and I was like the second red, the first glass, and I was like, oh no, they're clearly in the right glasses because the fourth one has this like tannin in it that's so typical of this grape off of this farm because of the soil.
So is
and
it
it's
Cab
like,
Franc?
it is Cab Franc, so typical Cab Franc off of this farm.
Thank God. I got something right.
They're finished on a high note.
There you go.
But you know what you could do? Bring some friends in to try it, and then you could be like, oh, I know what this
But
is.
is it the
That's
same
right.
wines
I know
all the
what this
time?
is.
You should switch them up.
Like,
We could probably arrange that for you if you wanted like a home field advantage.
I don't know, Andrew, do you want to be a cheater?
The answer to that would be yes. It's just like, it's so interesting. And really you just kind of go like, oh, I might not have liked that. Like,
I think it opens you up to like so many possibilities of things that you wouldn't normally try. So.
so what vintage is this Cab Franc? Because it's really nice.
2022.
Uh-huh.
Your question earlier about genuinely if they're always the same. We switch it up very regularly. We have like wine club members that like to, they get pretty competitive with it, not unlike yourself, to try to beat one another and insist upon being right. So yeah, we bring out library wines and there's certainly been the odd non-Redstone wine thrown in there just to throw people for a loop and keep it interesting. So yeah, it's I would call it highly customizable to the guest.
I think it'd be interesting if there was like 2 different sets and you're like, it's a red. You're like, no, it's a white. And you guys are actually drinking 2 different
that
wines.
would be hilarious.
Yeah,
that would be
Just
great. Oh, that would be awesome.
absolute chaos.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Because again, it's not about what the answer is, if what you think it is right or wrong. It's the fun, it's the engagement, it's the, now I'm in a competition with my friend, but then you realize you weren't really in a competition. You were actually just having a good time.
But it's almost
because
like
you empty the glasses and you realize, oh, you were drinking the rosé. Oh, no wonder. I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? And if they don't say sorry,
why did they set us up like this?
Yeah.
Anyone that's listening at this point is like, oh my God, I've got to come here and do this blind tasting. Well, we have one wine that we can finish with that actually is a red. I can see that. And it's beautiful.
This is the Meritage. We have all the Bordeaux variety, Cab Franc, Cab Sauv, Merlot on this farm, and so this comes completely off this farm.
What's the percentage of?
50% Cab Sauv, 30% Cab Franc, and 20% Merlot. And it does differ year to year depending on how Jess decides to make the blend and the best way it fits together.
I have to say, for the first time we've ever done that, that was so much fun. I've never done that here. So I'm really excited that we did it today. And I think it was a really fun thing to do to tell people what you guys have going on here.
Yeah.
Your rosés, by the way, I love. That rosé, now that I know that it was a rosé, it was really fantastic. I love a Syrah rosé. That was
it's very
really unique and really different. And is there anything that you guys want our listeners to know as well before we wrap this up?
It's so great to be able to talk about what we do here and how excited we are to be able to grow in Niagara, and just encourage people to continue buying 100% VQA Niagara, because the more you support Niagara, the more you support our local industry and the people next door to you.
Exactly. And also, I think, me personally, I think that this winery, not just this winery, but this area is seriously the Napa of Ontario. Of not just Ontario, but of Canada. And I think that more and more people should come out here, experience it.
Just one thing I was going to add too is that you mentioned something about the music event or something. I was just thinking about what's coming up, season coming up.
Well, yeah, I think our patio opening is obviously the biggest and most exciting thing that we've got coming up. It'll be as of the Victoria Day weekend. Patio will be open here. To listeners that haven't been able to pay us a visit yet, definitely do so. The patio here is definitely in a class of its own. It's beautiful, beautiful space, multi-levels, water feature, beautiful view of the vineyard. It's a stunning place to spend an afternoon in wine country for sure.
If you have any stress, it will go away the minute you're here.
Certainly.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, exactly. So listener, be sure to visit our show notes and you can get a recap on the mystery wine as well as the other ones we've tasted. Thank you so much to David and to Augusta for being here today. We've had so much fun with you. And I'd also like to remind our listeners to like and follow Spill the Wine on social media. We are on Facebook, Spill the Wine Podcast, Instagram, Spill the Wine _podcast. Also check out Redstone. We'll have the links to your website. We'll have photos of the wines and everything on the show notes. If you have any questions or if you have any wineries that you think that we should visit, then drop us a line at contact@spillthewine.ca, because we do have a website, spillthewine.ca. Woo! And it's got all of the episodes on it, links to that, all kinds of photos and the like as well. If you're planning a trip to wine country and you want a guided tour, just, send us a message at contact@spillthewine, and maybe you can do your own personal Spill the Wine tour with yours truly, which would be super amounts of fun. And we could come here and do a blind tasting, and you could see if you know more than I do, which apparently is a pretty good chance that 3 out of 4 you might. But again, thank you so much to you two for taking the time to hang out with us today. I look forward to coming and visit you again and maybe doing better at the blind tasting. But for now, we're just going to say cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for having us.
And we'll see you next time.